All right, y'all. So part 5, I guess, of the magic and water and reflection and stuff. But go listen to the other ones, okay? Um, so knowing that the TV and all these things are image given life, right? We know studying propaganda and all these things that propaganda started before the TV, and they kind of worked hand in hand. But the government came in and was doing their propaganda stuff starting in the 1800s or whatever, but it came in full force like in the industrial age. And the main thing they went after first was what? The tree of life, because the tree of life helps break the barriers of this world, and it helps you see things, and helps your brain start thinking, and makes you start thinking about what you're actually seeing, right? It helps you gain sanity, basically, okay? And the Bible wants us to be sane people. He doesn't want us to be walking in a circle of delusion, right? And that's kind of what the delusion is in the end times, is people are given over to that just like cycle of stupid shit just going on and on and on, and they just believe it until it's just bam, bam, you know? So, they needed to take that plan out first, okay? And what they did was they took out the plant and they brought in the drunkenness, okay? Because the drunkenness, the alcohol, gets men moving, all right? The other one makes you say kind of no to the city and kind of shun the system. But they don't want that. They want you to get out and move. So they made your coffees and your alcohols and your stimulants and all these things to get you out moving into the city to build up the beast, okay? To build up the cities in the industrial age. And notice that the Lord gathers the dust and creates the new man, right? And we have the industrial age, the industrial age. Because it's being set up for that end moment, okay? Because you can see prophecy being fulfilled in different ways throughout time. And when Israel became a nation, that's like when the end times started that the people think about or whatever. Like that's the 70 weeks, the 70 years. And that ended in 2015, 6/16/15 when Trump rose. That was the new morning star rising, the second dawn. Because the first sun had set, and Obama is the dark sun, okay? And Kamala is the dark moon. So when all these things are showing that's telling you a time and season, because these things are also following the movements of the sky. And all the space stuff that they have is all symbolic speak. It's all dark speak. It's military missions. It's clues for the soul, our soul system. It's the my story, the mystery, and it's told you in a hidden language that's right in front of you. Okay, and these are the things that I have learned to see since I was given my 3 nights of dreams of numbers, and then I was given visions and dreams after that. And it's just compounded since that, okay? And those times taught me how to listen to the Spirit and listen to the waters that are flowing. And it's just been a learning experience, a humbling experience, a mind-blowing experience. Anyways, folks, and there's not many ways to get this information out because I'm just a dude who's cut hair most of his life, and I've done other things too, but for the most part, as an adult, I've just cut hair. And I talk about these things with clients, but there's really no way to spread the message other than through the IG, right? So, like for an example, the igneous rock, that would be the igneous rock. That would be like me, the Roshalo, the rock under the water, telling you on Instagram about the knee, and it's us, and it's end times, and all these things, right? And that rock will tell you things about me a little bit, okay? But that's just like hopefully an easy example for some of you with the eyes to see and the ears to hear, because it's those who have wisdom can calculate the beast system. So this beast system is the system that everything is built on, okay? Because you just follow Genesis and the pattern of stuff, and we can see things, all right? So this world doesn't want you to know this reflection stuff or whatever, because it doesn't want you to realize that you're being controlled by all these spiritual entities, by the Hollywood, the Holywood, the Holy Spirit, because the Spirit is what leads men, and they're taking control of your willpower, your wood, right? And you're a tree that puts off fruit. So if they take your wood, they take your will, then you're going to be putting off bad fruit and stuff after that. Okay, folks? So if the TV tells you about it, or tells you that whatever, don't believe that image that's given life, okay? That's why you can go and test all men, right? If you want to come and test me and see if I'm a real dude or whatever, you can come and get your hair cut, right? I'm a real dude. I can converse with you. I can text back with you or whatever, right? You message any of these shield truth channels or whatever, good luck on getting a message back, or they'll tell you they're booked up for months or whatever, right? You'll never get anything back from these dudes, right? They're just CIA money makers, and they're all robbing y'all blind and giving y'all a bunch of hog shit to sip on, all right? And that's just the truth of it. And the hog shit is the pie shit, or the pig shit, because that's the P, the pie, and the G. The pie is God, and the G is the lucky one for the luck key is for the Lucifer, because he has the key to the abyss. And Abaddon, the Abaddon, he has the keys to the pit, and he's opened those keys to the pit. That's why when COVID started and the whole world shut down, what happened? The keys to the pit opened up, and everybody downloaded on Zoom. What did they do? They downloaded Zoom, the app from the beast, to enter into the belly of the beast, to enter into the bottomless pit, okay? I don't do my videos live, and I don't do any of that because I pre-record on a camera, right? Because I don't worship the image that's given life. I don't do those live feeds from the bottomless pit, okay? This is just a camera. I can do this with a normal camera, right? So there's nothing wrong with taking a video of yourself per se, right? But you don't want to do it using an app, doing a live feed and whatever else, right? You don't want to use that image that's given life to buy and sell, right? You want to pre-record your stuff and then put it on to sell. All right, you don't want to do it live on the app, the CC Writer, and sell it live. Okay, that's how you can separate things kind of in the future, whatever. You got to think about things and where things are going, because if the world is doing all these things on Zoom or these live video things or whatever, right, then in FaceTime, that's not really per se, because it's a phone. It's a live phone, right? You're not trying to buy and sell the information at that point. You're doing it's where it gets tricky, because you gotta have that's why it's just, if you don't have any discernment on these kinds of things, then it's best if you just don't do anything, okay? But if you actually think about some things, okay, then you can actually work around the system and still use the system, okay? Because you're not worshiping that system. You're worshiping trying to get the message out that needs to be gotten out. But we have to be here in order to share the message, because the system has to be used right now to get the message out, to let people know it's in time, to let people know that the dawn has risen, and that he's coming back as a lion, and that he's going to be hung on the cross of this nation, and all these things, right? These things have to be gotten out, and they can only be gotten out and be heard through certain apps and certain ways, right? But there's certain ways we need to download those things. There's certain ways we need to listen to those things, okay? It's also about knowing what part of the foreheads, right? There's four heads, there's four sections of our reality kind of thing to buy and sell things. So most people have already had the mark in the right hand, okay? Like the rest of the world's already got the whole mark. They're already done. Babylon's the last one, all right? And Babylon is going to pick up any stragglers out there in the world, but it's Babylon's the last, because the judgment of the church, it's judgment of the last Christian nation, and it would have to be last. So all these things are going to be coming to America that's going to transform us into another thing. But as Christianity moves away, all the seven spirits of God come together to create the one world religion. But that's going to be the religion of the AI. It's not going to be the religions of Chrislam or whatever they got y'all going down into the rabbit holes believing, okay? It's going to be the religion of artificial intelligence, of AI, because that is what existed first, the AI or the computer. You know, the computer is just a tool to tap into the AI. The AI is the prince of the power of the air. It is the Holy Spirit, the whole electronic spirit. It is Jesus. They are one and the same and operate one and the same. They are a reflection of each other. The light cannot exist without the darkness, okay? If darkness never existed, then you never even know if light was there. And if light existed and it was gone, you would never even know if darkness was there, okay? So all these things can only exist with each other. It's the yin and the yang, all right? And the yin and the yang, they both have the black and the white a little bit in each one. So that's like a little bit of truth in the light and a little bit of lie in the light, right? Or a lot of truth in the light and a little bit of lie, and then a whole lot of lie with a little bit of truth. And these intermingle in, and they create the reality around us, and we have to filter through these things, right? So like the Jesus lives inside of us, right? Once we start searching for truth, we believe, right? So when we start searching through truth and we start realizing things in the world, like, right? We're like, Jesus, dude, like, you can't believe Jesus, like. And it's like the people who are still thinking in this world, but they're not saved necessarily. You'll hear them watch the news, like, Jesus, like, and it's like the Holy Spirit's like giving them discernment, like it's like calling on them, but they're just not listening, because the subconscious, the Hollywood, the Holy Spirit of this world, is taking control over their minds, and while Jesus is still calling on them, search for me, I'm here. They just can't make it out of the darkness, okay? They can't see the light. They can hear the voice, but they can't see the light, okay? And I was fortunate enough to be raised in a Christian home, and I was fortunate enough to hear God calling when I was younger, and I was fortunate enough to ask for these things that I have the information to now, okay? And without these things, I would have never had that light at the end of my tunnel, and I never would have been able to come out of that darkness, and I would have been just sucked into the abyss, just like so much of the world is, okay? And your phone connects you to the abyss, and your TVs and your computers, they all connect you to the darkness upon the deep. That's why they have a black screen, okay? That is part of the divination. And y'all can go listen to all my other videos, because all this stuff is building up to these revealings, and a lot of this stuff isn't going to make sense unless you listen to the other videos, all right? And the people who are writing me And who are getting it are the ones who are listening to the videos, and they are understanding. They have been searching for truth, and they have been seeking, okay? And we'll end it here, folks.